Hello and welcome to the Uniq Xpressions Podcast. I am your host, Destinee Jae, and tonight we have a great topic we're talking about. We are talking about polyamory. We're going to get into some of the origins, what it actually is, and hopefully at the end of this discussion, maybe some of you will change your mind about the whole community. We have our guest speaker here, Shanita T. I call her Shanita T. Wait for us, Shanita. We're so happy to have you here. And
Hey.
everyone here. Yes, we are going to get into this. We're going to have a good time tonight. All right. I'm going to jump right into it. Nita, I'm right into it. Okay. Can you give me the definition of polyamory? What exactly it is?
Absolutely. So polyamory's definition is very simple. It just means many loves. That you believe in having a relationship, a committed, loving relationship with more than one person. It's just that simple.
Okay, okay. And let's start at the beginning. So, I did a little research and I wanted to know what were the origins, like where did it come from? Where did polyamory actually start?
Okay. So in the beginning now.
Okay,
That's how
right,
the
in the
Bible says.
beginning.
So he said, let
That
there
was
be
a good
light
one.
now.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I know some Bible verses about this one. Yeah.
so So the origins go back to Africa, of course, the motherland. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All that good melanin
The,
magic going
the
on,
good melanin.
popping. Um, so it started off in its basic form, tied to polygamy, polygyny, and I'm gonna break down what those are. Um, so the men will go to war. Some will die, leave women without a husband, take care of their kids, no way, no form of income, no way to take care of themselves. So the men that survive would marry those women into their family and take care of them. So it would and sometimes sisters that were spinsters and stuff like that will marry them to provide a type of life for them, give them
Okay.
family purpose. That was what being a poly was in its basic form. But just like everything, things has evolved. And so that type of polygamy, which is just means a person with multiple spouses, with more than one spouse, was under the realm of polygyny. Um, which is a man with multiple wives. But also in Africa, you had the matriarchal point of view of polygyny, which was called polyandry, which is a woman with multiple husbands.
Yes.
To girl power, you know what I'm saying? Power to the people, you know what I'm saying? They was
Yeah.
doing it too. They was worshiping her,
We're gonna
you
talk about
know,
that tonight too. I can't wait. That's the one I wanted to talk
provided
about.
for her, our eyes on the queen, on
The
that
queen.
goddess.
Yes. The
So
men don't look happy about that one.
right. So those were the three basic forms. And then,
Okay.
as modern times, you have to, fit in the people that don't quite fit in those three little boxes, like the
Okay.
LGBTQIA community, people like me who are not married, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and don't
Okay.
fall under those realms, so that's where polyamory is the newest term of being poly. So
Okay.
when people say poly, you might have to ask them, okay, but which poly? But
Wow.
that's where the origins of being poly came from. It really was survival. Um,
Okay.
so,
Okay. I didn't know it was that many of them. Like that's amazing. I
mm-hmm.
I was watching the men because I watch everything. Y'all didn't look too happy. Let me ask y'all something. I just want to ask a question real quick. How would y'all feel if y'all died, right, in war? Y'all fighting for the country, and now somebody is coming back and being with your women. I just because y'all faces changed as she was saying that. I just wanted to know. Any man
Well,
want to answer that?
well, back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You know, back in the days, right, when a man would go to a war or something like that, and he would pass away, his brother was supposed to step up and take care
Exactly.
of the family.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's the same thing. The thing
Exactly.
is, somebody has to take care of the family.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
so
it needs to be the
Brother,
brother.
you are absolutely right. That usually would be the one that marries the woman. It
Yes,
would be
Mother.
the brother-in-law back
right.
in that day. Yeah.
So with that said, if he's gone, they still need somebody they gotta take care of the family.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a problem with that at all.
No, it was very. I agree. It was very interesting, because I never knew where it started. So my face probably changed because I was just like, wow, I didn't know that's where it started, and it makes perfect sense. So that was very informative.
And then you know when you
yes.
go back to Africans, right? You know, there are more ladies than men.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And when the African men have these multiple ladies, he has to take care of every one of those ladies. If you cannot afford to take care of those ladies, you couldn't have that many ladies.
Or could not.
Yes, and I wanted to go into that because that's a part of polyamory too, right?
Yes,
When you say
ma'am.
the many wives, can you explain that? How does that work? When a man
Yes,
sleeps with more
yes,
than one
yes. See,
wife?
you have a lot of men. So these newbies, they come in because they have this persona that, oh, I'm gonna have multiple women and it's gonna be threesomes every day. No,
Yes.
my brother,
Yes.
you must pay the cost to be the boss. So a lot of I have to tell some of these men, you can't be wanting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many women that you want, and you want the
Right.
roommate treatment. You want to go
Right.
50-50 down these bills. Nah, brother, then you might just need one woman at this point. You might
Yes.
even need a teddy bear at this point because who Shanita Roxanne sure will not be in this roommate treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like you want your plate fixed and served first, and you want to have this head of household treatment. Let me tell you something. You better pay that light, gas, water, mortgage, rent. With your car payment, my car payment. No.
Yes. Yes.
But yes, you have a lot of men that come in thinking that we're all going to be equal. Not saying that women are not supposed to bring anything to the table, because can we say words, or I gotta be PG?
Sure. No. This is YouTube.
Oh,
So what
you just can't you just can't bring pussy to the table and think that's just the
Right.
end all be all.
Yes.
Although we do have the power. Okay, we do have the pussy power. Does
Yes.
not mean
Yes.
that's all
Yes,
you
man.
just
We do it.
bring
Y'all ain't
to
know.
the
Y'all ain't
table.
know.
I mean, you bring that and two other things. Like, oh, not only do I bring these two, but I bring the pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, in that order.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
All right. All right.
All right,
But yeah.
Shanita.
Yes,
Yes.
Shanita.
Yes. That part. Okay. So let me ask you, because I noticed that when I thought of the topic, even myself, the first thing I actually thought about was sex. When you think about polyamory. And I wanted to ask you, because we know it's relationships with multiple people. Is there any type of love? Like, can you really have a loving relationship with this person, and it all be the same, and it all not just be about sex?
So sex is important, but it's not the end all. Let's just be realistic. Even in monogamy, sex is important. Sex is
Okay.
part of that relationship. Is it the first one? No. Okay, so in my top 10 is number 3, but that's a whole nother story.
Wait, that's it, 3? Ooh, wait a minute. I
Yeah.
gotta think of my top 10. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do your top 10, you know what I'm saying? Open, transparency, open communication, honesty, the bing, bing, bing,
I
bing.
don't got none of them on my top 10. But yeah, that's good. I ain't mad at you.
Sex is not the only thing when it comes. It's more about exchanging energies, connecting on a higher level. I always tell people that being poly gives me the freedom to choose how I want to love and whomever I want to love. And it's not on equal ground, because you never love two people the same, because they're totally two different individuals. And or four people, or like me, I want a quad. I want three people in my realm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have your boundaries. You do have discussions about sex, but things are not around sex. It's more of a committed, loving relationship that you just have over and over. You have love that transcends through the time, differently and yet the same with multiple people. So one person might check boxes A, B, and C, while the other one checks D, E, F, and then you might have another person that has interests that the other two are not. Does it mean that you love anyone less? No. Does it mean that you just want to have sex? No. But the same woes that people in monogamy have are the same woes that people in poly have. We still have to navigate through the fuckery. You still people who lie. You still have people who cheat. You still have people who say that they want to be in a committed relationship, but really just want to have sex with you. So it's not what it's about, but like everything gets a bad rap because of a few people. But no, it's not.
Okay, because I did read that. What you're saying, I did read it. Like some of us on this call here, we may be in a polyamorous relationship and not even know it, because our partner didn't tell us that they had somebody else on the side.
Exactly.
What y'all think about that?
That's not necessarily polyamory if you don't know.
Yeah, that's not polyamory.
This is what it is. They're being poly behind your back.
Right.
So you just don't know. I tell people all the time, you're probably in a poly relationship and don't know it, while you're sitting there judging me, talking about I'm just open. Yeah, while you acceptance of those side babies, those side chicks. My partner tells me who they with. I tell them who I'm with, and we're playing Uno together.
Are we playing Uno?
we playing Uno. We cooking together. We singing Kumbaya. It's Barney in the background.
I want to piggyback off of something that she said. I want to piggyback off something she said. And you're asking in poly, you said, I guess the one person thing. And I'm going to say this, even in monogamy, you can't be all to one person anyway. That's I'm just really honest with you. No one person can be your everything, and you can't be everything to one person. So that's the one part, unfortunately, in this country. Well, I want to say in this society, that we try to make it seem like, oh, one husband or one boyfriend or one girlfriend, and that's not always the case, because I can't be everything to you, and you dang sure can't be everything to me.
Yeah, to piggyback off Anita, you say so. Poly society is not poly society. Monogamous society says that out of all these billions of people, there is just one. But then that's supposed to be your everything. But then turn around and tell you something about an 80-20 rule. So either they're going to be my everything, or are they just going to be 80% of what I need?
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
You know what? My friend, she's laughing right now.
Hold on, who said who can ask this question? I'm sorry, I'm doing
Coco Riri.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When you're in a poly relationship, are you in love or you just love that person? Because it's
we gotta so poly, we have to understand that these are relationships just like it would be monogamous. The only difference between monogamous and polyamory is the fact that there's more people than just one. We have to get out of this notion that love is based on, it all comes down to our understanding of how love works. It all depends upon what your principles are based upon and what you value. We have this notion or this idea that we base how there's no one way construct of how people choose to love. Okay. So once we get out of this idea of how society has taught, because we got to understand monogamy is a societal pressure that was put on us.
Right.
That's not our roots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you look into the understanding of how love works, it's impossible. Right. Because how love works, we're supposed to love without possession. It's without false expectations. It's without motives. It's just without love. Is not selfish. That's how I found polyamory, because once I got out of my monogamous marriage, which was not particularly monogamous, by the way, because she brought another woman into the mix. But once I understood and God showed me how love works, I started repositioning my approach, and now not allowing women to possess me or have an idea of me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, really, it's the same thing. The same thing that we look for in monogamous. It's not a different, because relationships are going to be relationships regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that I have more than one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how we look at it. It's our approach.
Okay.
Now,
You know,
let me
so
ask
look
you
at it
about
this
that,
way.
because I like what he said. Let me ask you about that. Are you happier now that you're in a polyamorous relationship?
Absolutely.
You are okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because poly is about freedom and liberation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, I'm free to love how I choose, because that's what as I seek out my own personal salvation, that's what has led me to, and it's brought my soul family, and it's brought people that's called to me. I don't have to keep searching and going to and fro and is this one the one, and we start here and see what.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shanita, I got a big question for you. Wait. I ain't get to the sex yet. I ain't get to it yet, because I'm going to get to it. Y'all, if anybody know me, no, it's coming. But is there a limit? Let's say somebody is new to polyamory, right? And just the relationship part of it. Is there a limit to how many partners they can have? Like, is it rules on that? Or you can have, like, as many partners as you want?
You can have as many partners as you want, as you see fit. It's all about how you're connecting to different individuals. Now, you do have some that have a closed, meaning that, so for example, you can have a woman and two men, or all men or all women, or a man and two women, and they're closed. That's it. That's what we call polyfidelity. That's it. They don't go past that. They only can connect with them three. Then you have some people who are open, like myself. I am open. That means I leave the possibilities of connecting with another person open. So I might have 4 people that I'm connected to. I might meet someone who checks some other boxes, or it doesn't have to it doesn't have to constitute sex either, because not every poly relationship has sex in it. It can be just a meeting of the minds. That is my soulmate of my mind, and they got the title. That is my partner. We don't have sex, but that is my partner. We have what is called tribes. Those are 5 to 7 people. You have polycules, in which you have 2 people who are tied to 2 different to one person or 2 people, and then they're tied to another 2 people or one person, and they're tied, and you have this big old molecule type structure. So it's just all about what your limits of love. If your cap is 5, then that's your cap. If your cap is 10, then or endless possibilities, like Don, he's part of my team. He's open. He has many connections. He was the one that was talking soul.
I'm right here.
The one who got soul.
I'm right. Saying? Yes, indeed.
There.
So he got 9 out of 10. You need to talk some more.
Listen. I'm open to accept as many as my love capacity will allow me to have. You know what I'm saying? Not limited. Love is exponential. You know what I'm saying? So I know my purpose though. I'm a nation builder. This is what I'm called to. So whatever you're called to do, you have the grace to do it. So I'm not gonna say that. Let's just say, I'm not Solomon, but I'm gonna cut close.
Solomon, are you David?
And we gonna talk about Solomon. I listened to the story. I didn't read it, but I listened to it. We're gonna talk about that. Teresa has a question though, so I definitely want to get Teresa. Come on, Teresa, how you doing?
Hey, I just realized that me, my best friend, and my husband, we're in a non-sexual poly relationship. Like, we didn't even know that was a thing, but like we're like a little family, and it's no sexual anything at all. And it was like we realized that it's actually called something. It is something, and he'd be like, "Oh, those are my wives," but we're not intimate at all. We go on trips together and everything. Our kids do stuff together, but no intimacy at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no,
my
okay.
question was basically leading off of that. Like, what's the difference between a friend and a non-sexual polyamorous relationship?
Right.
Oh, that's you got it. You want me to answer or you got it?
You go ahead and I'm gonna follow you up.
Okay. So I've talked about this.
Yes.
So a friend is a friend. You're not intimate with your friend, and when I say intimate, intimacy has nothing to do with sex. Nothing. It is. It's just someone that you hang out with, and blah blah blah. A non-sexual person is someone that is a life partner. It is a level of intimacy that is like a romantic relationship, just no sex. It's like y'all celibate towards each other. You're waiting for marriage, so to speak. Y'all might hold hands. You might hug. You might cuddle. Because we have straight women that do this, but they're not, intimate with women because, of course, they're heterosexual, but they're non-sexual friends. This is their sister wife. This is someone that they tell their innermost secrets. I know you tell your friends secrets, but this is like your man, like your woman, but without the sex. So it does happen. You do have a crossover between dynamics. Like I said, we don't have sex, but he's my partner, my life partner of my mind, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So there's three aspects that we have to understand. First of all, when it comes to the ideas of relationships, we have to get past the notion, understand that it's deeper than just sex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when it comes down to relationships, we have spiritual connections and ties that are some may be emotional, some may be mental, some may be non-sexual, and when it comes down to the basis of friendship, I'm gonna speak on it from a principle standpoint. Friendship is not based upon titles. It's based upon how much you value a person. Right. So for me, I believe that friendship is the foundation of any relationship because it holds the substance that we look for in relationships. Because once we get past the understanding that relationships is not just me hooking up with you or you hooking up with me, but it's the basis and the value of how we connect to one another, then we can see the value and understand that the character, the substance, and because society taught us that friendship is a scapegoat not to give all of you, which is a complete lie. Because if I'm your friend, you have all of me. You have my ear 4 o'clock in the morning. Right. I'm gonna be there for you. Let me take it back foundationally to the word. A friend sticks closer than a brother. Right. A friend loves at all times. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said that I no longer call you servants, but friends. That's a level of intimacy that they elevated to based upon their relationship with Christ. So, like she said, a friendship is when you really understand the basis and the value of friendship, it's the foundation. You know what I'm saying? And with friends, it is the most intimate, personal relationship that you can have with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all about intimacy, the level of intimacy.
Exactly. It's the level of intimacy.
That's where people mess up. They think intimacy is sex. Intimate is everything, but that leads to sex. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Have you ever noticed that you just like the person's presence in the room, that you feel completed? You know what I'm saying? As soon as that person walk into the room, see, that's intimacy. That that person has a mental, spiritually, emotional connection with you. You see this person because your friends are your life partners. I tell I have one friend, I was telling him yesterday, I was like we're friends to death do us part. I quoted the one of the vows for marriage, like, yes, I see you you're forever my friend. You're not going nowhere. And that's just what it is. And we have a level of intimacy that is beyond acquaintances. Like I know I know anything that I ask within reason will be answered, if that makes sense.
Okay, you can count on them. I get it. Very true. I get it.
Right.
Now we kind of covered a lot. Did anybody else want to say anything? Because I'm about to go real deep with this. Anybody else want to say anything? All right. So now that we covered that part of it, I really want to know about the sexual part of it. Because let me tell you something. I actually went to your website. Shanita T has a website called Grown Black and Poly. Okay, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram. Now, me, I'm very visual. I saw some of the most beautiful women on this page. And as a lot of people know, I am very, very bisexual. I saw some of the best looking women on this page of all sizes, all shapes and sizes. And it was hard for me to think, oh, I'm coming for a relationship. That's not what I was looking for when I was up there, you know. So, and it's some really good looking men too. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. And I like that we're talking about commitment and stuff like that. What would a person do? Like, not saying me, but kind of like me, that's interested in like the more the sexual part of it, or let's say someone that's in a relationship that feels like they may need somebody else. Not saying their partner's not enough, but they kind of want to get another dynamic of it. Because I'm really interested in the swinger part. But is poly part of swinging?
Oh, that's why I asked that question.
So I got you. So
Okay.
Swinging is not poly, but poly people can be swingers, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So all of these, so open relationship, monogamous, swinging, all the polys, they fall under this umbrella called non-monogamy. Okay.
Okay.
So open relationships, not poly. Monogamous, not poly. Swinging, not poly. But a poly person can be a swinger. A poly person can be with someone who is monogamous. A poly person can deal with someone who is in an open relationship. But those three are not poly. So, sex, it goes down. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's number 3 in my top 10.
Right.
I mean, you still just like in monogamy, you date, you can have entanglements and stuff like that. But the thing is, you have these conversations. You have these transparent conversations. Like, look, right now I'm just dating around. Not looking to commit at this moment. I am poly. Eventually I'm going to go there, but I just want to date. You are able to still date. The dating game has not changed. The love style is different. The rules, the games, and all of that, it stays the same. Like me, I am solo poly. Okay. So that means I can have an entanglement. So solo poly means I am my own primary partner. I don't have no one else is my primary partner. I have but myself. Everyone else that I deal with are my secondary partners. Does not mean that I don't want to commit and stuff. I'm not committing at this moment. Okay. So but I still have, you know, I do call them entanglements. Polytanglements, in which we do, because we do have sex. You have people that's just, fine with just having sex, but it's kind of taboo in the poly world to mention sex because we have such a bad connotation. Everybody wants to group everybody with us that pertains to sex, that we kind of we whisper about it. And sex is actually normal. It's actually normal to want to see someone who you are sexually attracted to, because that's how you get to talk to people. You got to find the other person attractive.
Yes.
I know people say, oh, I'm above that. Hell, I'm not.
Me either.
I'm not. I like what I'm looking at.
Y'all gotta check this page out, guys. I'm telling y'all, go to this page
and look at when I turn and I look at the other side of the bed. I better not jump.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
We're like, oh, wait a minute. The hell?
Yes. I totally get that. It got
Hey, I don't believe in dating booger wolves, okay?
Right. Yes, definitely.
But poly people are more open sexually than I guess monogamous people, so they will go into the more, because poly is so taboo. They tap into other taboo things like BDSM, bondage, and
I wanted to talk about that. I was getting to that. Can you explain what BDSM is?
That's Anita's realm.
Okay, right. Anita, quiet. Where Anita at? Anita now. I knew Anita was coming. Anita, yeah.
Hold on.
Girl.
This is supposed to be about poly.
Well, our next show is going to be about BDSM. So we just giving you a
about poly.
Our next show is going down. Trust me.
Shanita, you supposed to talk about poly.
Because it kind of all goes together. Anita,
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, but no.
But a lot of poly people do dabble into BDSM and swinging and all that. So, because I do want to try swinging, I do.
Me too.
I just haven't found no one to, get me over in the hump.
But they have clubs for the swinging. As far as BDSM, you do not have to be poly. You can be actually a monogamous person into BDSM, and BDSM is not always sexual. In BDSM, it's literally, well, the part I do, you're each person is getting something out of it. Meaning for me, I'm releasing frustration, and that person, usually they're like always in control. So now they're allowing someone else to have control over them.
So is that, because what's BDSM? What is the D to SM? I'm gonna let y'all say it. And that'll explain what you just said, Anita. The B is what, bisexual?
Bondage.
Oh, my. Okay, see, I don't know.
I apologize. My dog is playing with her toy, and I didn't want her to interrupt.
Is that like
That's where you want to be tied up. That's where you want to be tied up.
It's bondage, discipline. So it means bondage, discipline, dominant, submission, sadism, and masochism.
Right.
That's exactly what BDSM stands for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And some of you may have seen these names if you took the BDSM test that I told some of y'all to take before y'all got in the room. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, you might have seen that. Anita and Nita is gonna break that down afterwards.
Because I love role play. Because I've been doing it for like 3 months, and I like rope play. Suspend me.
Yes.
I like it. I like getting choked.
Okay, we got a lot in common, Nita.
And this weekend, I'm going to know what it feels like to play with the knife play. Yeah.
Knife play.
Scrape the knife, yeah.
Is anybody else interested in this stuff? Y'all got real quiet on me.
But that's Miss Bully Ram. You got to talk to Miss Bully.
See, hold on, people. About poly tonight. Let's stay on topic. Tonight we will have a separate Zoom about BDSM.
That's next week. That's next week. Y'all come back.
All the poly questions so that we can ask the expert here. And I want everybody to make sure they go to that Facebook and Instagram.
Yes. Grown Black and Poly. I gotta check it out. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I gotta check that out. I'm telling you. And that was maybe the first 3 people. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know they was gonna look like this.
Mm-hmm. And we got 1,400 members. Come check us out.
Yes.
We have host educational videos. I do lives all the time explaining, breaking down definitions, because it's like 50,000 of them.
Yes.
Yes. I break down, how to deconstruct your monogamous mindset, that jealousy is a normal emotion. Yes, we still feel it in poly. Yes, even though as transparent and open that we are, we still feel sometimes territorial and poly in our poly lives. But the difference is other than monogamy. See, monogamy, it tells you it's a weak emotion. You're not supposed to feel that, and it's an insecurity. See, in poly, we embrace it. We say, "Boo, why are you feeling that? What happened? Tell me." And then we come up with a solution. You know what I'm saying? We validate that I get that's what you're feeling, and I'm sorry that you're feeling that way. That was not my intention. So tell me, how can we fix it?
Okay. And let me ask you, because as I was kind of putting the topic out a few days ago, somebody asked me, "Hey, you just joined the church. You talk about the Lord so much. So how are you about to do a show about polyamory? How does that work together?" So my question would be, okay, can you still be a Christian, man or woman, and still be in a polyamorous relationship?
Absolutely. You can still be a Christian and be gay. You can still be a Christian and eat pork. You can still be a Christian and eat shrimp. You can still you can.
Y'all know about that pork and shrimp. Act like y'all know.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could have sworn that you're not supposed to eat shellfish, but you know people still do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like my thing is in the Bible. See, people dissect what they want to. They want to, put on their beliefs like they want to. Certain beliefs, and I like to tell people, do not judge, let's be judged. Since we want to go there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was in Bible study too, you know what I'm saying? I was in church too, and I could quote you up and down some scriptures, you know what I'm saying? And the last time I checked, David, Abraham, Solomon had multiple wives. Solomon
was
had about 30 wives, 101 concubines. You know,
we talk about Solomon. 700 wives, 300 concubines. Crazy. Okay, we talk about Solomon.
300 concubines. That's all I'm saying. Like religion, okay.
The best swingers.
That's why I choose spirituality.
Was it spirituality?
Religion is a bunch of freaking hypocrites.
Yeah. Hypocrisy
they're there. You got your pastor sleeping with the secretary, and the other say he divorced the first wife, and the second wife used to be the secretary.
That's what I said. The best swingers
and stuff like that, and I mean, not to go down on people's face, and then besides, the Bible is incomplete.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and also talked about rape and torture. That it was okay. Does that mean that you're going to rape and torture? No, hope not.
Right.
I get it.
The Bible was used to enslave a whole entire people.
Right.
So,
wow.
So to say that because I love more than one person, because I don't believe the Bible said that you only love one person. I could have swore he just said the man finds a wife, finds a good thing, right?
Yeah.
That's all it said. He didn't say how many. And then the second thing, he said be fruitful and multiply. How you gonna multiply with one woman?
Facts.
How you gonna multiply?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all went
multiply. You know what I'm saying? You got to. A man can get 6 women pregnant in 30 seconds. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let my boo thing, my religious boo thing, because like I said, part of those polys are religious based.
Okay.
Like polygyny, polyandry, polygamy. We polyamory folks. We just let love live. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be religious, be religious. If you want to be spiritual, be spiritual. If you want to be an atheist, if you want to believe that you're going to turn into a butterfly next lifetime, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Feel free. Get your caterpillar on. You know, at this point, I'm just saying, like you can have values. Just because you're poly doesn't mean your morality leaves. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that somehow by integrity, by honesty. If anything, we're way more moral than monogamous people because we are openly transparent. We are overly honest. We are overly so many things. Where check those little boxes, I shall not lie. No, because I'm very transparent. You know what I'm saying? That's when I feel no, because me and her, we have him together. So I ain't stole him from her. You know what I'm saying?
We decided
together that this was gonna be bae. So you see what I'm saying? Cover thy neighbor's wife. That's my girlfriend too. How I'm gonna cover what my girlfriend covered? This is ours together. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Before I have the Bible thumpers coming for me.
Oh yeah, because they faces. You gonna have to say it. Look, they faces saying a lot.
Nah, because this Bible thumper is gonna back you up because we miss the word so much. Because,
you better.
Hey, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Listen. We took out of content Adam and Eve. That story. Mm-hmm. We have to understand that Adam and Eve were metaphors of the feminine and masculine energy. It had nothing to do with monogamy or polyamory. Mm-hmm. This is a spiritual thing.
Right.
He said the two shall cleave and become one flesh. That means that we don't understand spirituality. We don't understand the spiritual dynamics of marriage. We look at it as the ring and the ceremony, not understanding that what marriage really is the love capacities meeting on one accord. You're already married before you have the sex. The sex just solidifies it. It's the result of the love being on one accord. But we don't teach that in the church because they just tell you they tell you to suppress your natural urges. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then expect you to have, like, how do you tell something that's natural not to do what it's supposed to do and then expect spiritual results? That makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you teaching, how to have wholesome relationships, how to spiritually properly connect to people, how to be found, and what it means to really be found. But that's a whole nother tangent that we're going to get on. We didn't come here for that.
Right. Because y'all definitely asked the question. I appreciate it. So let me ask you, another question I had was, all the activity that goes on as far as polyamorous relationships, regardless of what activity it is it supposed to be like an anonymous society or anonymous community? Is it supposed to be so out? Because I mean, I guess I have a hand in bringing it out further. But is it supposed to be something that's supposed to kind of be like underground, where it's not supposed to be talked about, secret society, secret community?
Oh, we're coming out, honey, and we're coming out in the masses. I want people to know this face. I am Shanita Terrill, creator and founder of Grown Black and Poly. You can check us out on Instagram, grown_black_poly. Yeah. You can check us up on Facebook. I want people to know who we are because at the end of the day, my goal is to have it legal to be able to marry more than one person. That's our end goal. So people who are same sex can get married. People who are monogamous, they get divorced up and down. But the people who are poly, who have loving relationships, we go to jail for trying to marry more than one person.
Yes, guys, because it is illegal.
Yes, except for Utah.
Right, except for Utah, go figure.
And I ain't trying to be a Mormon.
It's illegal for
Massachusetts, though, I thought Massachusetts had some laws that were protective for lifestyle, though. Massachusetts recognized.
I didn't know about that.
Y'all know, hey, reading is fundamental. I'm just saying.
Hey, tell me something different, but we're gonna get
I'll send you the link, girl. I'll send you the link.
Yes, I need that link too.
I want state by state, though. Those are not enough states. We got 50 damn states. What you mean? Only 2? Wait a minute, and we got territories.
Yeah, I was saying territories.
Everywhere we going, we're gonna be able to get married. I'm gonna get married in Missouri. I'm gonna get married in Dakota. I'm gonna get married in Mississippi. I'm gonna have a gun on me. You know what I'm saying? Because, they crazy. You know what I'm saying? They just a little whoop whoop. But no, we are. So I built Grown Black and Poly. So I created a safe space, but for us to actually have a voice like our white counterparts. Our white counterparts, they out parlaying being poly. It's more acceptable. It's not acceptable in as much in the Black community because we got this whole religious thing and you know, they hold a, you know our big mamas and our pawpaws and our and our aunts and uncles, they hold on to that leather binding book that was used to oppress them as well, and misinterpret, I'm saying, what it actually is to me to be spiritual, and not realizing that they're using terms that are actually under paganism, but I'm not gonna go there.
I was gonna say this to back off what you said. I think also in the Black community, unfortunately, we are so, and I don't want to say it like oppression, but let's just be honest. Like it's like it took people to be brave to come out, but how many of us still know people in the closet?
Exactly.
Be brave to talk about we're being poly, but and even like in the BDSM lifestyle, I mean, it was a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors, but people, when they find out, oh, you do that, and it's like, yeah, and
like, and it affects you how?
Exactly. I mean, if a man wants or a woman wants me to do certain things to them for money, then hey, what's the problem? I'm not taking off my clothes to do it. So, but that's another show.
That's the next show. Well, we're gonna talk about that. That's the next one.
But my point of it is that I really think is our oppression. I mean, and I hate to use that word, but I'm just gonna be honest. That's what it sounds like to me. It's oppression because we're not able to be free. We're not able to be free to be ourselves. We are so worried about the wrong thing and the wrong things in life in general, that we are making ourselves hurt more by not being honest with ourselves, by not looking at ourselves. Like, you said earlier, how many of us are in a poly relationship? People in a poly relationship don't even know they're in a poly relationship, because I'm sorry, if your boyfriend or husband got children the same age.
Oh, hello! How many of our grandmothers had to be quiet because Teresa around the corner had her husband too and got all these kids right along, and they all looking like your husband and stuff, but you gotta keep quiet.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, bro.
The whole family.
Can I ask a question? How do safe sex play a part into this?
Good question.
Just the way it does in monogamy. You know what I'm saying? You have conversations. You do have fluid bonding. That's what we call it, fluid bonding. When, you have, people who say, oh, we're not using a condom, but it's just us, which is a poly fidelity. But you have people who are open, who fluid bond. You just have to do regular testing, just like you do in monogamy. You don't know who's sleeping with who. In monogamy, and yet you take that chance. It's the same way in poly itself. It's more transparent. You pretty much know that they're having sex. You might not know the person's name. You might know the person's name, but they are telling you that they are having sex outside of your relationship or your dynamic, because it's open. The same way, testing condoms or conversation with, oh, it's just going to be us in a dynamic that's going to have sex. So you have triads and quads and other styles of poly relationships that are closed, meaning that they only are in a committed relationship with the people who are ever in their dynamic. The only thing you have to worry about is trying to figure out who maybe your baby daddy is if you have more than one person. But if y'all in that type of relationship, what does it matter? Because y'all both gonna take care of the kid anyway. So
another question.
And not every relationship is sexual either. So just remember that.
Well, I know. Another question.
Mm-hmm.
When you have two guys, do they have to have some kind of a bond and understanding for everybody to get along? Because before I retired back in the days, I did let another person know I was talking with, but they didn't like each other, but they dealt with each other because of me.
Yeah, see, you don't want that. That's chaos. You know what I'm saying? You can keep your relationships parallel, which is just separate. They don't interact. They don't do nothing, but they know about each other. But you have something called KTP, which is kitchen table poly. That means you bring everyone into to the table. They all know each other. They interact. They build a bond. I like that particular style because I like harmony. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see my partners to be friends. My metas, which is just a person that is a girlfriend or boyfriend outside of your dynamic, be friendly with the people, with my partners, my life partners, and my dynamic. It's for a harmony thing. But you can have parallel. There's so many dynamics. So you have hierarchy. Hierarchy, meaning that the person that you're in a relationship, they are first and foremost. Everyone else is secondary. They have the right to veto. Say, yeah, this person's not working. Tell them that it's over. Not a lot of people in poly have hierarchy that way with the veto, but they do still have like a semblance of hierarchy. You have people who are anarchists. They wherever the wind goes, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no structures, no titles. Everyone is on the same path. You have people who require a one vagina policy. You have people who require a one penis policy. You have people who are parallel, which I had said before, kitchen table. It's so many styles, dynamics. You just have to have conversations with your partner. You have to have your personal individual boundaries, and then y'all discuss what y'all boundaries will be together.
Okay. Now let me ask you guys something. Now listening to the show, does anybody have like a story of how they may have come into the polyamory world? Because I know we heard some stories, but like how they started. Because some of you guys are already in the lifestyle, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Anybody want to speak on that? Just unmute and we can speak. Mario, I know you've been trying to say something for a while.
Okay, sorry. I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody, so it took a minute for me to come back. I don't even know where we at. I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask you, are you in the lifestyle already?
Yes. Well, I'm currently not seeing somebody. Well, I'm talking to somebody, but I'm not seeing like anybody or anything like that. She's in a poly lifestyle as well, and we're currently dating. But I'm also allowing her to people thought the men
allowing her.
Well, let me not say it like that. But I'm saying it as in like there's a lot of men in the lifestyle that like, oh no, I don't allow that in my household or something like that. So I like to be the one that actually would say like, yo, no, I'll allow it. I don't mind it, and that's just me speaking personally. But yeah, like she like I and kind of going back to the jealousy thing, like yes, like she'll tell me, oh yeah, I'm going out, and yeah, you're jealous, but people will say like jealousy is a bad thing or whatsoever, and it's really not. It's a human emotion, but what makes it bad, what I tell everybody, what makes it bad is how you react to it. So if you learn to react in you get put into a situation where you're jealous or whatsoever, like you have to step back and see, okay, well, why am I jealous? Or what's making me jealous? And then once you get back, you kind of see like, okay, well, it either has to be something that like you're kind of upset that, oh, I'm not doing that right now, so that's something I want to do. You're being childish. Okay, let that go. Or he's out there, he's doing this and stuff like that. And a lot of things, with jealousy, a lot of it would lead to like, how we was talking about the 80-20 rule. And a lot of people, this is all you have. This is you. This is why the person fell in love with you, because of you. But then you'll have somebody else that like, okay, well, they're not interested, or like, I mean, they are more interested in the things that your partner likes than you are, or something like that. But then you'll get jealous because, oh, this is something that they bond at. I want to try to bond with them with that too, even though I don't like it. I'm gonna do it, and it seems so like ungenuine, so like I try to tell people like, okay, well, just be yourself, be you. As long as I'm getting my quality time and stuff like that, then I don't like the idea of trying to control people. And this will bring me also to another point of the second time I raised my hand, the religion part. There's like forget Solomon, forget David. There's like
He about to name them all, y'all.
And I'm saying that to say that there's like, and me just reading it all the way through, there's over 25 people in the Bible that were prophets or kings or something like that, or just commoners or something like that, that had multiple wives. You can talk about it. Like, they even have it set up to where even God himself had Israel set up as two different nations, and he called them their wives. He even stating that he divorced one of them. You know, so
I was about to say God is poly.
Really?
Exactly.
Wow.
He is.
Exactly.
He is man. He is woman. He is all colors. He is everything.
So I was saying, like, even when you get these religious even when you get these religious people or something that's coming in and saying, oh, you're dating more than one person and stuff like that, you know, it says like one man and it's very few people who even had one wife. And even if you want to bring that up when you with monogamous people, you have people like Jezebel and Ahaz. They was monogamous, you know, but then yet they still was evil and all kinds of stuff like that. But then you have people like Elihana, people like King Josiah and stuff like that, who was righteous people, but they had more than one wife. You know,
now let me ask you something. I want to ask you something about that. I don't mean to cut you off, but I noticed when y'all say monogamous, it's like y'all hate the word. Why do y'all do that?
Let me tell you why.
So hard. Like,
I can answer
that.
No. It's that we are fed up with these monogamous people. Okay, that somehow judge us because we're open and free. They wish they were like us. You know what I'm saying? But they too stuck on mine, and then have this idea that we're somehow fucking everybody. That is all about fucking sex, and it's not. That we're afraid of commitment. No, motherfucker. We like commitment too much, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just that it amazes me how monogamy is put on this pedestal, and it's unrealistic. It really is unrealistic. We are not meant to be monogamous, because if that was the case, we would not be attracted to other people outside of our significant other. If this person is our everything, then why are we looking somewhere else? Why you like, damn, I could, but I can't. Yeah, you could if you was on a poly. You could.
Yeah, and Mr. Yates, I see you because you put something interested in the chat. I'm gonna get to you in a minute.
You have, monogamy is a choice. Exactly. It's not natural. It's what you choose to be. But in all other aspects of your life, you're poly. You're poly when you have multiple kids. You want to know why? Because you love each and every one of them bad little motherfuckers. You're poly when you got two parents, because you love both of them. You're poly because you love all your cousins. You're all of them different. So you're telling me we're poly in everywhere else, every other type of love, but you're telling me romantically we're only supposed to be with one, but everything else is multiple. That's fine. That's normal. But you say, come on, make it make sense. And then you telling me this person ain't even gonna check all my boxes. I gotta be okay with not having 20%.
Let me ask you something. Is it that when is it the fact that they tell you, when they tell you to settle it down, is that when you're supposed to be with one? Like, you can date as many as you want, but when it comes time to get married, that's maybe what they mean when they say you're only supposed to be with one?
Hell, people have a problem with you dating multiple people. They think you're scared of commitment. They think that you on some fuckery. Oh, so because I don't want to put my eggs in all in one basket. First of all, I'm meeting your representative for the first 6 months. So I might as well meet every representative for the first 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. Yes.
Yep, that's mad crazy.
Okay, Barry, Mr. Yates. Let me ask you something. I saw earlier that you put in the chat that you were in the swinger lifestyle, but it was a little different. Can you explain that for me? Don't mute out.
No, I was.
Don't be scared, Aaron.
Oh, not at all.
You better represent the
I was
GBT.
just saying that I have a like a brief background with the swinger lifestyle. So so I'm currently in the processes of researching poly and seeing if that is for me. So but even with that, as far as being a swinger, that's been a bit limited, and that's partially I think due to the pandemic and that sort of thing. But but I do have that slight background from being a swinger.
Okay, and what made you get into swinging? What made you? Was it like a high sex drive, or you just wasn't happy with your partner, or what? What makes people get into swinging?
Yeah, I guess you could say a play factor as far as sexual, as far as having a bit of a sex drive, but then just like getting involved with individuals and I'm the type of person where sex aside, like I'm a fairly sociable individual, so I'm kind of a people person, so I just like just interacting with folks just in general. So I think me personally, I'm kind of into like the whole package of a person. I'm into, I guess you could say, quintessentially the vibe that people give off or whatever. So I would I guess you also identify me as a bit empathic. So yeah, that just kind of played a factor, and I just kind of easily slipped up in there.
Okay, all right, thank you. Is anybody
Represent
else
for
a
Grown Black and
swinger?
Poly.
Okay, Teresa, are you a swinger as well, or what got you into the life? I want to know what these stories are. Let me hear these stories out.
So generally, I feel like all my life I was poly. I never knew what it was called. I just knew I've always felt that one person can't be everything to one person. Even when I was dating, like in my teenage years, it'd be like, because guys are gonna do what they're gonna do. So I would just be like, be honest with me, and they be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what you mean? Like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do regardless. Just be honest with me, so that we know where we are, or whatever. And when I was dating my daughter's father, that's when I realized I was, I like females also. So it was like, I was in a relationship with a guy and a female, which was a stud, which kind of looked like a guy also, but I don't see like that. It was just that person made me feel good. So they knew about each other, and I was in a relationship with both of them. Didn't know what it was called. So then you fast forward till now, I'm married. So that was on my agenda because I'm free spirited, but you get caught up, and then the love and the hearts and stuff start happening, and you marry. My husband at the time, when we were like just messing around, he's like, "Oh, I could never be with someone like you because you live a double lifestyle or whatever." So then in my head, even though he never said, "Okay, you had to be," it's like, okay, if I want to be with this person, I have to be different. So I decided to be different. We got together, whatever the case may be. That's not what he asked me. So for, I want to say 5 years of our marriage, it was like I suppressed liking females, not because he asked me to, but in order to fit into his world, I had to be normal.
I get it.
So then I'm in a box screaming. So then it was like, I have to have a conversation with my husband. It wasn't an easy conversation because now you're telling somebody who doesn't understand it that they believe that they're inadequate or they're less than. So trying to make somebody understand that that's not how you feel is just what it is I have always loved to be able to, like, you check some of these boxes, but you don't check all the boxes, and that's okay, or whatever. So it was a conversation. Eventually, we got on the same page. He said we've been poly for 5 years. I thought it was less time. We tried dating together. It didn't go well because people weren't honest. They didn't have. Most people say that couples get a bad rep, but in this situation, the person themselves can tell you it was not us, or whatever the case may be. So they wasn't truthful about their poly experience and different things of that nature. So now we're dating separately. We're dating separately, and it's just people be like, okay, well, you're married. Like, why get married? This is the lifestyle you're going to live. So that's what I get questioned with. Oh, why get married if this is a lifestyle you want to live? I didn't know that this is the lifestyle I was going to live technically prior to marriage. It's just, okay, it's like, all right, this is who I am, and I have to actually have a conversation. But because my husband is my best friend, we were able to have this conversation, get through it, and go into the lifestyle because I was transparent and honest and not saying, you know what, let me date these girls on the side. He ain't got to know about it.
Right. I get it. So you can be honest.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's my creative director.
Okay. And you know, and that's another thing. A lot of the people that are in this community have very high profile jobs. They making money. It's amazing. I learned quite a lot just going to the page.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys should definitely check it out. Let me ask you. So I got one final question because I think we covered almost everything. Next week we will be doing the BDSM. You know, so I need to get ready for that.
Somebody asked in the chat about unicorn and unicorn hunting and stuff. We never touched on it.
What's that?
Somebody asked
unicorn.
I got you.
I've never heard of it. What's that?
Oh, I got you.
What in the hell is that?
I got you.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, so we got 3 terms. We got unicorn, dragons, Pegasus. Okay, unicorns are a single bisexual female, usually date couples. You have a dragon, a single bisexual male that dates couples. Then you have the Pegasus, which is a single black heterosexual male. So you have these hunting grounds. So you have unicorn hunting, dragon hunting, Pegasus hunting. So the unicorn hunting is usually it's a bad term. Although I did like being called a unicorn, you know, I knew I was being hunted. Come get me, you know, a little bit. That's when I was dabbling. Well, that's when I first started into poly. I didn't know where I wanted to go, so I needed to get my feet wet. So it's a bad rep. It's when couples are trying to hunt for someone for sexual purposes, that they claim that they want them as their I hate this term, third. Reduce me to a goddamn third. I am a queen in my own right. You better bow down to all this.
Yes.
But they hide their agenda, but what they really want you is for sexual purposes, and you're disposable. So that's why
I get it.
You always see groups trying to make sure that no one's unicorn hunting. Like, not in my group. Nope.
I get it.
No.
Okay.
That's another reason why couples get a bad rep, because of those few couples, those horror stories. Thank God I ain't never had that horror story.
Right.
Women, they hunt dragons. Some women couples, bisexual women couples and stuff like that, they'll hunt dragons, and they'll hunt Pegasus. The same thing as unicorn hunting, meant to, you know, for sexual purposes, bull purposes too. Purposes. Okay. And when I say bull, meaning to impregnate. The male bull pregnate. Yeah. Purposes. Those are no-nos. You don't want to be, you'll see if someone say, "Oh, I'm looking for a unicorn," they on some shiesty shit. If you see someone say, "Where's the dragons at?" They on some shiesty shit. "Oh, where's my Pegasus?" They on some shiesty shit. You know what I'm saying?
So all 3 is no good. Okay. All right.
And it's kind of funny to me because speaking of which, like just on the term of unicorn, like how popular that is now, like society wise, like you just see everywhere just unicorn stuff, like unicorn hair, unicorn bread, or unicorn mac and cheese, just all that sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I'm glad. At least we learned that. So when we say unicorn, no. Jokes
unicorn,
good.
dragon, and Pegasus say no fairy tales.
Yes.
No things that can fly at this point. that ain't a bird.
Yes. And I just got one final question, because this was a great show. And I'm gonna share some things with you. But let me ask you, did this topic change anybody's mind on whether now they don't really want to be a monogamous relationship? They may want to go over to poly, or they're gonna check it out just to see if they like it, or because this community is very open and they're very loving. I felt love when I was on the page. felt a lot of love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not, I understand what they say when they say it's not all about sex. Like, these are people really trying to look for relationships, they're really trying to find good people. I mean, did it change anybody's mind that they may want to try it out, or because that's what these discussions are about. They're about kind of, you know, giving you more information from what you thought it may have been, and giving you the right and correct information. Anybody?
Well, I said before, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at now, just trying to, and I guess poly journey, so to speak, just to, just to see if that is for me in the first place. I know enough to know that, that when it comes to, and I felt this way for a while, when it comes to monogamy, that I don't like people have said, and I've known this for a while, that is indeed unnatural. So, and you're going to have, attractions or just kind of like vibes with just other different individuals, and it is what it is with that.
Right. Right. Okay. All right.
Just
so
think about this, people.
Person. That's good.
Just think about this, people. You meet two individuals, they dope as hell. You vibing on a level that is transcending. Just think, if you was poly, you wouldn't have to choose.
You can date both of them. That's a good selling point right there. Okay.
Well, it's funny because I know I was never against the idea of being polyamorous in the first place, but I definitely wanted to tune in to just kind of get more information. I've always been monogamous, and that is not to say that's a bad thing, but I've also always felt that you can't get everything from one person. And, if I truly love my partner and I know that she's not getting X, Y, and Z from me, then it has to be selfish for me not to allow her to get X, Y, and Z from somewhere else. If I love her, I shouldn't basically close off the things that she wants or needs in her life for her entire life, So it always was kind of a thing to me, like, okay, this is probably a thing. Of course, it had a name and I didn't know back when, like you said, when we was 15, 16, we 20, we learning and stuff. And it's funny, you explaining it now. I was actually in, I think, a poly relationship, and I didn't even know it, with a friend. It was two friends, actually, but, and I'm not going to go into details, but, it was me, a guy, and a girl, and I love both of them. And again, my guy friend, I'm strictly heterosexual. I'm not attracted to men, but I love my brother. He was my brother, and I loved him. And I'd fight lions for him, same as if it was my woman. And it was just like, we were in some sort of entanglement that I didn't really understand at the time, but kind of hearing how you explained it made me realize that that's probably what we were doing. And if maybe we all had some clarity on what was happening, maybe things would have ended up differently. Unfortunately, we're all not friends anymore. And, some shit went down, and it is what it is. But, it's just very, very good to just get the information and have somewhere to go to kind of, clarify things when you don't understand certain things.
Yes. And everybody was great. I so appreciate you guys. Again, I didn't get to tell y'all. Now we're going to give you some information about where you can find more information. Shanita, tell them about your businesses, your social media site, so they know where they can get some more information. If we didn't cover everything here, maybe they can meet some people if they change their mind and they want to join the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could be what is called polycurious. You don't necessarily have to identify as being poly. You could be polycurious, meaning that you want information. We always will love allies. You can be as monogamous as you want and just curious about the lifestyle to have a better understanding, so you can support. So if someone says something about, something bad about poly. No. Let me school you on this. Yeah, you're monogamous, but at least you have that information. So I'm on we're on Facebook, Grown Black and Poly. You'll see a strong sister with her. Let me turn my video. You see that emblem right there, that strong sister, because that represents me. Because a lot of the poly groups are either couples or men, and and women get a bad rap, like we only doing this for our man. This will let you know that no, this woman right here is not doing it for a man because he's non-existent at this point. But don't worry, he's coming to a city near you now. No, but for real, we're on Facebook, Grown Black and Poly. We're on. I also have a Facebook business page, Grown Black and Poly. Be sure to like that. I'm on Instagram, grown_black_poly. On Snapchat, Grown Black and Poly. Everything is Grown Black and Poly. I'm on every social media site that you can think of: Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Tumblr. Just come. We have Zoom classes. We next week we're going to have Man Cave, where it's just for the men. Where they have this meeting of the minds. They talk about how it is to be poly. They're going to be talking about masculine toxicity in the Black male community, how it could be used against them, how sometimes people use those stereotypes to portray masculine toxicity when it's not there, and then how to know the signs when your brother is exhibiting that. We have so many things that you can come check out. We have things for women, the She Shed conference, where women get together. We also talk about Black Lives Matter, Black love, Black relationship, because we are very pro-Black. Okay, we're pro-Black, poly as fuck, queer as fuck, straight as fuck, whatever as fuck. You know what I'm saying? At this point, pro-ho, because we got some people that are social butterflies in poly, like get your hoe on. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Well, they call them free spirit butterflies in the poly community.
Wow.
It's
something for everybody.
Very pro-ho.
Yes, I like it. When I checked it out, and y'all know me, and y'all know how I am. I checked it out, and I loved it. And I was only there for maybe a couple of minutes, and I saw a lot of stuff I like. So I'm going to check it out again later when I get a chance, and I'm more settled.
Absolutely. Just come on in, check us out.
Yes. Well, I can take my time with it.
Right. Just come gather. Just come commune with your brothers and sisters. Yes. You know what I'm saying? This is a Black space. So whether you're poly or not, poly curious, whatever, come check us out. Come see what we're about. Come be our ally, our friend, our confidant, our companion.
Yes.
However you see
great job, Dina. I just want to give it up to you. You are amazing. Again, her name is Shanita Terrill. So y'all remember that name, and y'all definitely look her up. If y'all do not know a lot about me, I know a lot of people are just seeing me for the first time. I go by the name VDJ Destinee Jae. You can find that on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can find me a little bit everywhere, but it's VDJ Destinee with 2 E's, Jae. I am a DJ. Now I am a podcast host. I also do, if you ever need posters or anything, I do graphic design. I do posters from scratch. I do networking. If you ever have a business and you want to highlight it, I have a pretty good following. We can get that out there. I'm all about networking and being for the people of all colors. You know.
And you also do karaoke.
Yes, and I am one of the livest karaoke hosts you will ever meet. And I'm gonna put that on my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all come in my room, because some of these people are in my karaoke. We are called the Lit Crew. If you ever heard anybody say anything about the Lit Crew, that's me and my gang.
Okay.
It's a lot of us, you know. And if you come to my page on Facebook, you can see all the events. Again, that's VDJ Destinee Jae. Also on Instagram, same thing, VDJ Destinee Jae. Okay, this video, this taping right here, I put the link in here. If you go to Uniq Xpressions Podcast, and that's expressions with an X, Xpressions Podcast, you just subscribe and you can see all the videos. You can see past videos. You can see this video here with yourself in it. Please like and please subscribe. And you can see future events that we're going to do. Next week, I'm trying to talk Anita into doing a BDSM like a teacher to tell us exactly what it is.
Next week. That's all I'm saying.
It's not next week. She made it a week or two. But it's coming. I'm working on Anita. It's coming. Anita,
why she can't do it next week?
I'm busy, y'all. I'm busy. Y'all saw me in here eating my scoop. I just got
She's a professional woman. She's a professional woman. But
she always booked and busy.
I got a whole week. I'm gonna work on her. Don't worry about it. You're gonna see her next week. Yeah. And I got a lot of friends that are in the BDSM lifestyle. So I want to get them in here also. And so that would probably be a predominantly sex show. Most likely that's what we're gonna talk about. Yeah, so come join us if you ever had questions, you ever wanted to know, you're interested in the lifestyle. That's gonna be a good show. You know, this one was a great show. I thank everybody for coming out. Hopefully I see you guys next week. And again, check those pages out we told you about, because very interesting, nothing boring. And you know, we keep it live, we keep it lit. Thank you so much. Everybody wave and say good night. Everybody wave.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.